That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to hear in the background.
Man.
Straight dogs, straight bulls.
Yeah, this cat. Hold on.
Nah, you good. You good. Oh, man. It says not connected.
En la calle que lo que no te mata te hace más fuerte. Celebra, lo sé, piensan que ya caí y no me vuelvo a levantar. Dicen en la calle que lo que no te mata te hace más fuerte.
Let's go.
Lo sé,
We got one tonight.
piensan que ya caí y no me vuelvo a levantar.
Yeah.
Pero siempre vengo de
Out
atrás.
there and get down.
Bueno, ratata,
Let's go.
de la bocina y te rompo el bajo, ustedes no son nada. Y yo soy quien tiene el control.
We got a goat in the building tonight, boy.
Soy el capitán de un grupo.
Y'all get amped up. Hey, y'all share this, man.
Bueno, ratata, prende la bocina y te rompo el bajo, ustedes no son nada. Y yo soy quien tiene
Hey,
el control.
huepa.
El que tiene el timón. Soy el capitán de un grupo de muertos que son mis
Yeah, let's get it.
Suéltate de esta
Yo, I'm
rama.
excited
No
for
lo
this
hago
one,
por
boy.
dinero, pero tampoco mucho menos lo hago por fama. Hey, estoy pensando en el mañana, que los hijos de mis hijos disfruten del imperio que los mega ya formó.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Sueno ratata, yo tengo la grasa que te pone a gozar. Es que estoy en vivo, otra vez en vivo. Ya la gente está clara como gozan conmigo. El estudio está lleno porque tengo el veneno. Es que siempre lo bueno
I'm gonna let this simmer. Hey, y'all know I don't play the whole joint, but I'm gonna let this one simmer, fam. Let's go. We got Raul in the building. QBN Kennels. This man is the GOAT. He is the GOAT of information, boy, for this dog world, man. Let's get it. Y'all need to share this, man. This is one of my favorites. This is gonna be one of my favorite shows right here, boy. Let's get it. Hey, hey. Well, I'm about to go get a drink. Oh, man. Yes. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Yeah.
Pero siempre vengo de atrás. Sueno ratata, prende la bocina y te rompo el bajo. Ustedes no son verás. Si yo soy quien de
now share this, please share this, man. What's good, No Sleep Bullies?
Un grupo de muertos que son mi tripulación. Que siempre vengo de atrás. Sueno ratata, prende la bocina y te rompo el bajo. Ustedes no son verás.
I know this ain't one of my normal nights, man. But y'all gonna get this info today.
El Omega está improvisando. Tú estás claro conmigo que en la vaina siempre y cuando meto mano tengo el mambo. El micrófono rompo en las improvisaciones porque todo el mundo está claro cómo es que yo la pongo. Newton en el lente. Yo no creo en gente que coma con sal porque son traicioneros. Tengo mi gente aparte como Michael Miguel, como Nelson López Prendel. El trabajo siempre calofrío cuando meto mano. Nunca desafío ni tiro a ningún artista, pero cuando salgo siempre tengo un swagger de revista real. Sueno ratata y tengo la grasa que te pone a gozar y tu cabecea.
I'm sorry I'm amped up, y'all. I can't help it. You gotta go in the building, man. Yeah. It's only right that we play him on with class, man. This is what he wanted. This is what he gonna get. Yeah. I see him in the backstage. He getting it. If he had his lady in the building, he'd probably be dancing with her right now. Okay, man. Hey, man, we have Mr. Raul in the building of QBN Kennels, who has selflessly given information to the American bully world for years, man, for a long time. There would be no bullish. I'm gonna tell you right now. There would be no bullish TV without this man's podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? If Mr. Danny Cervantes never pulled this man's coattail and had me as a guest on his show, it never would have sparked that interest for me to start my own platform. All right. So it's time for this man to be celebrated for the information that he shared and recognized and be recognized for his efforts of the bully world and the bully community. Today we have Mr. Raul from QBN Kennels. Oh, hold on. Why I can't get him on? All right, there he is. Hey, wow. What's going on, fam?
Wow, man. I'm flattered. I'm very much flattered.
Hey, man. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. You deserve it, man. You deserve it because you have, like I said in the intro, you have selflessly given information to this bully world. You haven't asked for no money. You haven't asked for donations for anything. You just come on here and you just give out information. All your videos that I've seen, it's touched everybody, and I know you've gotten a lot of messages, a lot of replies about you've helped people change their perspective on these dogs. You've helped newcomers advance with these dogs. Even old school breeders, I'm pretty sure you've helped uplift them and help them navigate to a better way with breeding and all of this stuff, with care for these dogs. You don't just talk about breeding, you talking about care for the dogs, you talk about diet, you talk about everything about these American bullies, man, and we appreciate it, man. I just want to let you know that.
Wow, thank you, man. Yeah, it's what I like to do, man. I'm a nurse, and I like helping others, man. It's just in my nature. Um, and nothing, man. It's been quite a journey. All I've been able to do is transmit my journey for others. The mere fact that I'm able to inspire others like yourself. By the way, that was an amazing intro, man. You got my blood going. The mere fact that I can inspire others, for me, that's what the meaning of life is all about, bro. We definitely can sit here and say different things, but my inspiration is whenever I get a text in the middle of the night or even in the morning, and somebody saying, dude, like, I just appreciate the stuff you're putting out, bro, because of X, Y, and Z. This is what was happening to me. I saw your video and it worked out. That right there, bro, that's what it's all about right there.
That's what's up. On this platform, I wanted to be different. I wanted to be the same, but also different. I wanted to give education, but not just on any dogs. I felt like, since I'm a showman, that I give education about show dogs and the standard and stick with that. And it's actually helped not just people in the show world, but it's helped people who just have pets.
Sure.
What's going on, Dollar Bill? To recognize that, yo, my dog isn't supposed to look like this. My dog is supposed to look like that. My dog is supposed to run like this. My dog doesn't have that reach that you're talking about, or that his stifles aren't right, or And so I wanted to be that guiding light for people who wanted to get into the show world. So when they got into that show ring, they were years ahead of people who didn't have this information. I wanted to go on, but your information and as a guest is a little bit different from the traditional guests that I have on here, because I usually have the people who are only judges and like people who won nationals and people who are deep into the show world.
Sure.
While I believe you've been to a few shows and you've done your thing at shows, we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
I wanted to have you on because you're my Bruce Lee to my UFC. So that's how I would reckon. I would say I'm the UFC and you're Bruce Lee. If it wasn't for you putting all of these styles together and making it recognized to the world, there wouldn't be this platform, which I call the UFC. And we're recognizing you. We're giving you your flowers, man, because you deserve it. And no problem.
I appreciate it, man. I could tell you, man, you kind of caught me by surprise. I was driving down from Kansas when you contacted me and we were talking and whatnot. Our community is a very complex community. It's a community where people recognize when you're doing things that are good. Sometimes they don't necessarily give you your flowers in recognition. Sometimes they might hate you. They might try and plagiarize you. They might try and defame you, right? But that's more intricate within, the whenever you're facing a large community, you're always going to get that. It is rare that you have someone that doesn't feel intimidated by a bigger platform and bring them on and give them their flowers, as you're saying. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you for that.
It's not just a bigger platform. It's the way you accepted me on your show. You didn't even know who I was. You didn't know who I was. You allowed me to join your platform, and I was happy that I could share the information that I had and it was so long ago. It was probably like 3 years ago,
Yeah,
and
it was a while back.
and I was in Danny's message. I seen him on there. I was like, Danny, get me on, man. Let me just get me on. And it was the first show that I ever joined to.
Yeah.
And we've had people like Papa Pitt, like he's on here right now, Mr. Ramos.
I love it. I love
He's one of
Papa
my
Pitt.
mentors. Yes.
Papa Pitt, if you're listening, nothing but love for you, man. You already know. You
Yes,
already know.
we've had Dave Wilson on here. We've had so many OGs on here that's dropped so many gems. And I want to model my show as far as the information and changing people's perspective and their lives with these dogs, just as you have. Can you tell me what age you were and what when you became a dog man, and who influenced you to become a dog man? And this is a two-part question.
Sure.
And when did you get into bullies, American bullies?
Okay. Listen, I've always loved dogs.
Look
ever
at that.
since-
Look at that right there. You see that on the
Oh,
floor?
yeah, that's my guy, man. Nothing but love for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm from Miami, Florida, man, and I'm from Little Havana. If anybody's seen Scarface or anything I'm from down there. That's where I'm
County.
from. And yeah, and I'm from where the buildings are so close together, you could literally raise the window and tell your neighbor to hand you some shampoo because you ran out, and they could pass it over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I say that to say I never had a dog growing up as a little child. I never could, based of where we were living at. I really didn't have a dog till I was about 18 or 19, somewhere around there. And man, I just loved everything there was about it, and I couldn't get enough information. Now, back when I was 18 or 19, I know I'm kind of dating myself, but the internet was not as profuse as you would say it is now. And the only thing I had as a reference was encyclopedias and going to the urban culture and talking to people there, which is crazy for me to say, because back then, believe it or not, at 18 or 19, the name or the brand Papa Pitt actually hit my ears. I had no idea who Ron Ramos was or where he was from. In Miami, it was just rumored Papa Pitt, right? So to make a long story short, back in 2009 or 10, I decided to go ahead and get me a pair of Old English Bulldogs and try and breed and whatnot. At the time, I thought that was the breed for me. Man, was I sadly mistaken. It's a breed that comes with a lot of health issues, particularly allergies. And it just was something I, within a year and a half, realized this ain't it. You know that feeling you get like when you're on a canoe, and you could be on a river, and sometimes you feel like you're going up against the current, and sometimes you feel like you're going with the current. Well, I was completely going against the current. And so I decided at that time that I wasn't going to breed Old English Bulldogs. I was going to sit back, take my time. I made the decision to move to Texas so I could get out of the state of Florida. Anybody that lives in South Florida, you know that all you're getting is about, I don't know, 2,000 square feet of backyard if you're lucky. So that's one of the reasons I made it out here to Texas. As I made it down here and I was, going into Facebook groups and whatnot, I saw a dog that caught my eye. To this day, I don't know the dog's name. It was a blue dog. We're talking about 2011-ish, around there. I remember it was a blue dog, just looked amazing. And ever since there, that piqued my interest to find out more about the breed. That's when it all started.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What motivated you to start your platform for the people, to give them this information? I know it took years and years and years of hands-on experience, because like you said, you was researching before you had a dog, and it was in the encyclopedia. There's people that don't even know what an encyclopedia is right now,
Right, man.
because the
That's how,
internet, like you said, is taken over. But
yeah.
who I know there has to be like a person, or if not, it's amazing that you started it without even an influence. But is there somebody that influenced you to like you influenced me to start this information, to give it, to share it?
Look, man, back when I started, right? I started breeding about 9.5 years ago or so.
Mhm.
The first couple of dogs I got, I pretty much got kicked in the nuts by the people that sold me the dog. It was a wham bam, thank you, ma'am deal. It felt more like a drug deal than it did as a breeder selling me a dog type of deal. And it was like, give me the money quick. Hey, get in the car. Whoa, hey, what happened? Hey, where'd he go? Type of deal.
Right.
So, I soon realized online, whenever I would ask a question, you would either be made fun of, thrown under the bus. Everybody wanted you either in their pocket or behind them. And I was just like, dude, this is like pretty screwed up, man. And, every now and then I would find what I considered to be, just good people that were either stuck in a bad situation or were trying to buy dogs or whatever. And the same thing just repeated itself. It almost seems like at the time that's what was most prevalent. Oh, you want me to help you out? Hey, man, I can give you info, but you got to buy a puppy off of me. And so that was my motivation. I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn, and I want to set up a platform where, and mind you, man, I've always said, I'm not the sole owner of the truth. I'm the sole owner of my truth. What I compart with people is my journey. I've never sat here and said, I know everything. That's one of the reasons I set up the platform, so we could discuss, so we can talk, so we can go back and forth. That's how it all pretty much started. I felt there was a lack of true integrity within the breed. It was just business deals, and it was like, this is the bloodline that you got to be following, and this and that. Okay, but why are we following it, dude? Are there recessive genes? Are there dominant genes? Like, I'm also coming from a nursing background, even though I'm not a geneticist or anything like that, but I've done enough research to know that, particularly with horse racing, that's where I started doing most of my research, because dog genetic books were really hard to find back then, but horse racing books, genetic books were more accessible. And, obviously, if you're going to get into breeding, you kind of want to know, first of all, what you're getting, why you're getting it, where you're going, and what you got to do to get there. Otherwise, you're just treading water, bro. And pretty soon your arms are going to get tired and you're going to drown. So yeah, that's pretty much how it all started.
Wow. So your motivation was it came from within, basically. It came from your personal experience of what happened to you, as far like you said, it felt like a drug deal. Like you was getting this dog and people were bouncing off. I actually understand what you're talking about. I didn't start off in the dog game like that, thankfully. I started off with people who actually cared about these dogs, and cared about what I had in my home and represented my bully camp. So I started off hitting the ground running, because of people, I'm pretty sure, like you, sharing this information, and it trickled down to others that also shared this information with myself. So what kind of style of dogs do you like and do you fancy as far as the bully?
Well, when I started, I fell in love with the XL. I was not ignorant to the fact that the XL lacked the type of breed type that the Pocket and the Standard have. Therefore, I feel that maybe that's what made me gravitate more towards the XL. I by nature I don't want to be part of something that's already set in its ways, right? Not to say you can't improve pockets or standards. I'm not saying that, but I kind of seen the XL and I was like, man, I like big, the big dogs to begin with, but man, there's so much potential to get that dog to another place. I started, like I said, about 10 years ago. Let me just round it. Once you hit 50, you start rounding. Yeah. Back then, I'm not going to name the bloodlines. You guys could figure it out. But there were these 2 or 3 major lines within the XLs, and you could tell that they were influenced with Mastiff. And these lines promulgated throughout the XL world. It's almost impossible for you to get an XL that didn't have a certain percentage of this Mastiff line or Mastiff lines, better yet. And so after 10 years of breeding, I want to say right before this summer, late spring, I decided, you know what? I'm done. I have made some improvements in my camp over 10 years of line breeding XLs, but I feel if I truly want to get to where I want to get to, I need to pull from my own bloodline.
Right.
Because I felt that going outside would, I would be bringing in Mastiff line in one way or another. And the only way to get rid of it is to bring in pockets, which I did, standards, which I have, and we're going to make it happen that way.
Hey, that's amazing that a lot of people in the XL community, they like those traits and they like those looks and they stick with it. But they don't, I'm not trying to down the XL community. That's not what I'm trying to do, but there's some breeders that don't understand that there's a standard, and the standard calls for XLs not to look like Mastiffs, or
right.
They are to look like American bullies, like the American bully that wins nationals every single year. That the look is supposed to stay the same, like the headpiece is a very hard thing to switch up or to change with the XL bullies. Can you talk about how the XL community can advance with their dogs in their world, if you can?
Wow. Here's the thing. I've made videos in the past where I talk about the dynamic of a breed. And it's based on, you have a registry that sets a standard. You're supposed to have, in a perfect world, breeders that are going to breed to that standard. And then you have a buying public, which equals the market, that then buys from the breeders. What I felt has happened, or at least what I've observed with the XL, is that I don't know if it's the fact that the internet has promoted dogs that don't meet the standard guidelines. I can't quite put my finger on it, but the market has gravitated towards some lines that may not be the best representation of the breed standard. Right now, mind you, with that being said, let me be fair. 10 years ago, that's what it was. Right now, from 5 years ago till now, I will say I've even noticed an increase in breed type, even within the standard class, to include the XL. So obviously we are still, we're a new breed. So to sit here and try and be a purist, I'm not trying to do that.
I understand.
But I do think that even though our breed is young, I feel that, at least for me in my yard, my goal is to go after that breed standard and put it on an XL. I might not be the first one to do it. I might not even get to the point of being able to do it, but I'm willing to put everything I got into it and go down with my boots on. That's it. That's pretty much it.
That's an admirable thing. We speak on this platform. We have Sunday morning church. We call it Sunday morning church that we have on here. And we actually advocate for the standard, not half of the standard, but the whole standard. And that's one thing that's going rampant in this American bully world is the extreme dogs. They are pushing. They are. I wouldn't say any registry. I would say the public is pushing this extreme dog, and it seems like the full standard is being overlooked for breed type versus dogs that can act, that can move, dogs that are properly built. And we advocate for the whole standard, not just part of the standard here. We go to the ABKC website, we go to the UKC website, and we actually put the words up, you know, for people to understand, and we break down these definitions of what these dogs are supposed to be.
You just hit on something, and I don't know if the UKC has updated their breed standard, but for many years, their breed standard would contradict what the ABKC breed standard was. And it gave people an avenue of having a dog that lacked breed type to be able to go in that direction and succeed and not necessarily go through the ABKC and do it. I don't know if they've updated. If they have,
They
must
have.
been
It's just worded better. That's
Okay.
just worded a little bit better now.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to take a shot at the UKC whatsoever. I have a triple champion in 305 that became a champion in the UKC and was actually invited to, I guess, their premiere or whatnot. So I'm not taking a shot at them. It's just that for a long time, the UKC had so much more influence, in my opinion, on the American bully than possibly the ABKC, or they were somewhere like at a 50-50. What do I mean by this? I remember around 2017 or 16, forgive me if I'm off by a year, I remember the UKC decided to allow people to register American bullies as American bullies within the UKC. Previous to that, it was always pit bull, right? You remember? And obviously the ABKC would accept those registrations, even though it said pit bull as American bullies, because they understood that they didn't have a breed standard for us. So, you know, I've been around for about 10 years. I'm definitely not, you know, from the very, very, very beginning, but I will tell you, this breed has advanced by leaps and bounds in the last 10 years.
This is my first breed of dog. I never owned a dog before 2015. So this, I'm new as well, but just because, you know, we're new, and I honestly preach this too. The older breeders hurt this breed. They actually hurt this breed and put tied our hands behind our back. And we've had to figure this out. Basically, on the newer breeders are the ones that's pushing this agenda forward of better dogs and the full standard of the dog, and not just part standard of the dog. So shout out to us. Let's give us some credit now, you know.
You know, I have to agree with you on that. And definitely not all old breeders. There are some there that truly care about the breed.
Right.
What ends up happening, and this is for the younger breeders or the newer people watching, what ends up happening is when you start out in a breed, those first 5 or 10 years, the market is pretty much yours. I'm talking about the founders, you know, however many founding breeders there were, say there were 20 of them, just to throw a number out there. Those 20 breeders pretty much have their way of the market for the initiation of that breed. What ends up happening is when that breed needs to progress to another stage, some of them, you know, are left behind because they're stuck on their line and it comes down to, if we allow this to progress, then I got to allow another 40 or 50 breeders to come in. Now I got to compete even more than I was just doing now. And I'm just throwing examples out there. My numbers may not necessarily be accurate. But that's the feeling I got when I came in. Feeling I got when I came in was, if you're not, A through Z, these 26 breeders, I'm just throwing a number out there, you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. And they would definitely do what they could to keep their market share. The fact is, technology just
you're going in and out.
Was around, but was around in a different way. It was I forget the name of that service where I'm able to talk with him directly, but we don't have an audience watching us, type of deal. Technology is one of those things that you can't stop. And technology is, in my opinion, that hair or doesn't have substance. Yeah. As time flies and as technology progresses, you're going to have a harder time being able to succeed.
You were going in and out a little bit.
Oh, my apologies, man. I'm in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. You're fine. We understand. We have guests on here that's from Kansas. We have guests on here that's from, algebra bumfuck Canada. So we definitely we definitely understand. The internet issue can be kind of challenging, but on that note, how did you get into the feeding regimen? Can you explain your feeding regimen and how you go about that with your dogs?
Yeah. Well, let me rewind, man. The first dog I ever got, the dude that sold me the dog, said, buy Victor and feed and buy Dine, and feed him Dine and Victor. And that's your way to glory, right? That was about all I got from him before he jumped in the car and flew.
Wow.
So, yeah. I quickly learned that you could definitely damage a bully really quick, man, by making him overweight way too early. My current feeding regimen up to about 3 weeks ago was raw. I evolved with time. So I have some people that have watched videos from me from 5 or 6 years ago, and they're like, dude, you were praising Victor, and now you're saying, not to do Victor. Well, what happens, guys, like anything else, is we all evolve. I was using Victor and everything was honky-dory until it wasn't honky-dory, until I had females that wouldn't take. I had irregular, heat cycles. I had a female for 2.5 years that didn't take. The minute I took her off and put her on raw, guess what? She had an 11 pup litter followed by a 13 pup litter back to back. So even though I have no proof that Victor was the one doing this, right, in particular, the only thing I changed was from feeding Victor to feeding raw, right? So the way we do it is we're feeding twice a day to pups, and then adults 18 months or older, we feed them once a day. If they're going to be going into a dog show, then we definitely change our routine. We want to beef them up a little bit, muscle them up. So we'll change things. We'll add things like, say, cottage cheese into the diet, get some casein protein going, all depending how much time I got before the dog has to go in the ring. In addition to that, you're going to laugh, but 3 weeks ago, I decided, you know what? We're going to go ahead and feed kibble. And since we're going to make the switch, what I want to do is I want to do an experiment. And so we actually did an experiment with Diamond Naturals, Victor, once again, and Wholesomes. And so in the last 3 weeks, that's what we're doing. For the winter, we're going to feed kibble. That's what we decided to do. And then once spring rolls around, we'll just flip back over to raw.
Right. there's a food that's out that's a kibble that I fed raw to as well. I do kibble as right now. That's because we just moved to Virginia. So I had a like a raw plug. Well, as far as a chicken spot where I would get their overstocked chicken, they usually freeze it. And
Right.
I would get it for like, this was years ago. I would get it for like $9, $10 for 40-pound cases.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
we would buy the
That
whole
too.
thing until they regular cases was like $20 for a fresh case, $40 for 40 pounds.
That's not
And
bad, actually.
yeah. This was in Rhode Island. But like I said, I'm here in Virginia now, so I have to find a plug. But I like to grind my own food.
Yeah.
I don't like to get
100%.
ground beef. I like to get those big chuck roast and grind that up myself, because I
Right.
had got information about how ground beef could be contaminated, and we don't even know it because you can't wash it. You can't clean ground beef. You can clean
Okay.
chicken, you can clean
Right.
all of these other meats, but as far as ground beef, you can't clean it. It comes how it is. So I stopped doing that because I
Mm,
noticed when I was feeding my dogs ground beef, they would get this weird gas, and their bowel movements would be
yeah.
funny. So I stopped doing it, and I would get the big chuck roast, or one of a cheaper piece of meat, but it came whole, that I can
Yeah.
grind up myself, and it remedied that. And I said that to say this: without your information, that
Yeah.
you give people chances to think, right? Your platform give people chances to assess things and say, yo, what if I do this? And what if it's that spark that you give people that make them navigate different ways. It might not be the same way you're doing it, but
Right.
it actually can spark something in their brain to actually think and not go along just to get along with the get along game. How do you feel about influencing people like
Yeah.
that?
Man, look, honestly, I didn't when I started the platform, I didn't know it was going to be as receptive as it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't, man. My first month of doing it, I think if we cracked 500 views, it was too many, right? At the time, there were several other influencers. I actually reached out to them at the
Mm-hmm.
time,
Mm-hmm.
and only thing I got was the finger. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, that's what I got. One of them was acting like he was helping me, but one of them deals, he was helping me out, and then 3 months into it, bam, I had a video go viral, and yeah, that was the end of that. He felt threatened. The whole deal about competition, all that. But my point is this: um, I didn't recognize, man, even though I was looking at some crazy numbers, I didn't realize how much I influenced people until I went to a dog show. And it was people were referencing timestamps on a particular video, like, bro, like, oh my God, I've been after this for you. I was answering their questions because
Mm-hmm.
what they need to understand is I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
there, bro. I was
Mm-hmm.
getting, I had people taking my money and giving me a kick in the ass because that's it. That's what that's how their business was rolling at the time. And so, yeah, influencing to me is a powerful thing, bro. Unfortunately, I feel that influencing, because it's a powerful thing, it could be used for the good. It could
Mm-hmm.
also be used for the bad. So
Mm-hmm.
let me give you an example. Like you and me, right? We're live here. I
Mm-hmm.
remember back in the day, 3.5 years ago, when you came on my live, we
Mm-hmm.
were answering questions live.
Mm-hmm.
Live.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between me making a video and showing you only what I want you to see,
Mm-hmm.
and going to a little, to a book or going on Google to find answers because I'm faking the funk.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is to go live and answer you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you could tell who's faking the funk and who isn't.
We only go live on everything I've ever done on this. We've only go
Right.
live. I call the people in the comments that are my faithful members. I call them my no bullshitters. And it's only right. And I let them know that they make this show. That it's not just myself, it's them as well that bring up questions. I've also been corrected. That's the thing. What you mean about live? I've been wrong before
So have I.
and been corrected, and I look it up and I say, Furman, you're right. Brick House Bulls, you're right. Papa Pitt, you're right. I was wrong. And I think that's what we need more of in this community, instead of this, I know this, and follow me and get this information from me.
What is a breeder going to teach me? I know it all. You know what, bro? Listen, I've been here for 10 years. I don't know it all. Not only do I not know it all, I don't know more than 2%.
Right.
That's how much it is out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So to me, unfortunately, what I've seen, and again, man, it's just technology, and with time, everything settles. Everybody wants to have a YouTube channel now because we are in a copycat league, if you will, just like the NFL, right? If over here they see you having a podcast and you're doing well, if that dude could do it, I could do it too. And then they open up a channel and all you see is these two puppies are for sale. Here's my number. Call me. And it's like, dude, like, I really thought that this community had graduated from that. I've been around when you could actually post prices on Facebook. Remember? And was it 2018 or 2019? They said you couldn't do that anymore.
Right. They stopped it.
And I kind of felt that maybe we would graduate from that. Unfortunately, it's there's a lot of that, and then there's a lot of people copying other people, and just
there's not enough originality. Basically, and they're not doing it from the heart.
Faking the funk, bro. My thing is this, bro. If you got to reference a book, because you can't go live because you got to reference a book, bro, you're as new as the dude that just started last week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's keep it real, bro. I mean, you get Papa Pitt. Let's put Papa Pitt up in here and let's ask him a question live. What happens, Papa Pitt? Do you think a small head is a dominant trait or recessive trait? He gonna tell you.
He's definitely gonna
tell you, bro. Right or wrong, he's gonna tell you. Right? I'm gonna tell you. Right? But when you got, oh, wait a minute, let me go reference and I'll come back with my answer. Then what are we really doing, bro?
Facts. We have people on here. If anybody has any questions from Mr. Raul, please feel free to ask them. We have Nell saying Raul got the sauce on his yard. I love blueberry.
Yeah, that's one of our new additions, man. Blueberry. Shout out to Hellboy off of PBK, and also my guy in Arco Bully. I got him off of Arco Bully in Arkansas. Super cool dude. And let me tell you, man, Blueberry, I'm not going to say what everybody says, because everybody uses the word monster is going to be a problem. All I'm going to say is, Blueberry is quite the bully. That's it.
Y'all watch out. Y'all watch out for Blueberry. Blueberry is going to be a thorn in y'all side very soon. We have Furman Broom that says Raul is a huge influence in broom bullies. That is a big thing when you have an influence on somebody's whole camp, man, their whole thinking. They use you as a reference. They'll go to your podcast. Everybody that's here is probably not familiar or familiar with QBN. Please go check him out on YouTube. Please subscribe to him. Please like his videos. I mean, he has a lot of videos for you to go back and reference and to upgrade what you're doing. It's not just here. I'm trying to tell you, this is the guy that helped birth No-Bullish TV. So please, man, if you have a chance, please go check out his videos like y'all check out mine, and y'all hit me up. I've had people tell me, bro, I looked at all your videos, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
All of them? Yeah, I looked at all of them, bro. I'm talking about you need to make more. And I'm like, okay, I do once a week, you know, so I can only do as much as I can, but I started to ramp up. And I started to I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to interview my mentors, the people who have mentored me personally, and the people who have mentored me by me watching, you know, and I'm gonna give these people their flowers publicly and let them know that, listen, you mean a lot to this. People need to know that what they're doing actually is working and it's actually sticking with people, man. And this platform, I felt like this is what I need to do, not just beat on my chest about the knowledge that I have or the lack of knowledge that I have, because like I said, there's a no bullshitters that have actually said, look, yo, you're wrong about this, Joel. You need to look into this. And I'll go Google, like you said, because I don't like to be wrong. I don't like to be incorrect, especially when I giving out information that can hurt somebody. So I definitely want to be able to influence people also to say, you know what? I'm wrong. And Furman was right. You know, he's giving this information, and I will plug Furman and be like, look, this guy right here, look at his comments, go check his page out, go holler at him about more of this information. Furman, I'm gonna do my education and my due diligence on this topic. And the next time we come on, I'll have it. And I'll still reference who I got the information from. I don't want to seem like I did this myself at all. That is the last thing I want to do.
That also gives you a level of authenticity, man. You know, I consume content like anybody else does. Maybe not as much, only because I'm myself creating content. A lot of people don't realize, you know, recording a video takes you an hour. It's the editing part that's going to kick your ass. It's the editing that's going to take you, you know, 3 or 4 hours for every, I don't know, 1 minute, minute and a half that you're throwing out there. Unless you start throwing just anything out there. And sometimes people want that too. They don't want videos over edited. But yeah, that level of authenticity, man, to be able to come live and speak your mind, and if you're right or wrong, it is what it is, and not always try to be right because you got to go reference a book when nobody's looking. To me, that gives you a definitely credibility. Authenticity leads to credibility.
Right.
Kennels, yeah. I was just seeing the comment.
Go
I love
ahead.
The fact that you both guys have been watching. You both, I even did QBN stack off for the last 6 years. Both of you guys give the game. They hide in the breed. I'm glad you and Terrell made up.
They're talking about me and Terrell Quincy.
Oh, okay.
Me and him seen different views of we still have different views of the dogs, but it got kind of personal for a while. And me and him, I reached out to him and I was like, brother, you know, we're brothers, man. At the end of the day, and we shouldn't be publicly doing this. We shouldn't be arguing like that. This is about dogs, man. We need to, you know, whether we can agree to disagree. Sure. You know, we don't have to bash each other. You know, we don't have to do all of this, man. We need to actually just give out information, and let's just be like brothers, you know. Brothers, all brothers don't agree with each other. You know, you might think this girl is cute, and I might think she's butt ugly, you know. So it's cool as long as you love her, as long as you treating her right. Hey, man, I can't say anything. You know, that's what you like, you know. So we basically let bygones be bygones, man, and it's more productive. It's more productive as grown men to agree to disagree, or to basically stand on the same platform and say, look, we're about the health of these dogs. We love this breed, you know. So that's what
man. I think everybody can bring something to the table if you genuinely love the breed and you can put your ego aside
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, just say, hey, man, this is my point of view. This is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if somebody calls you out and you're wrong or they disagree or whatever, it's not the end of the world, bro.
It's not.
Just, you know, correct.
It's life. It's life. It's life,
It
man.
is.
I mean, we're not God. God is the only one that's right all the time, all day, every day. You
Correct.
know, I have this saying. I also work in the hospital. I'm transport, but
Okay.
I plan on going to radiology school very soon.
Oh, congrats on that, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. But I have this saying that, you know, the nurses and stuff ask me, and like, oh, were you upset or well? And I'm like, nah, I'm trying to have this. I have this perspective that the Most High has me where I need to be every
Right
single
now.
day. He
Yeah.
does. If you believe the Most High doesn't make mistakes, then I had a blowout yesterday, 5:30 in the morning on my way to work.
Oh, okay.
I tried to put the spare on, but the jack was 3 inches short, you know, when I finally figured, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I didn't get upset at all. I got a little frustrated. I called my brother. He was like, use a rock. And I was like, okay, you know, he said 2x4 a rock, and I did it, got it on there. But when I got it on there, the car wouldn't start because the battery died on me because of the hazard lights was left on.
Oh, so it drained the battery.
Yes, I still didn't get upset. I still was like, called my wife. My wife was like, you're there for a reason. You're not at work for a reason. There's a reason why you're right there. And I'm like, you're right. You are right. But anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. But I just feel that if you trust what you're doing, or, you know, a higher power, then you're just going to stand firm on you're in the right place right now. You know, dogs die, man. This has happened. This is life. This is what happens. Things live and things die, you know. But good thing about your platform is that this platform here, we help prolong that life as well by proper education as far as feeding. Your dogs don't have to die as early as they used to back in the days without this information. They're like the information that people used to hide. Like, I gave the information for free about pyometra, about how to cure open pyometra. You know how many people's dogs I've saved from that? You know, so I've saved a lot of people's, countless. I'm talking about people from Russia, people from the Ukraine. I'm talking about message me. I have to hit translate to understand what they're saying, and they're thanking me about the pyometra video that I made.
That's how you know you're making a difference and you're influencing, man. And that's just it, man. That type of information that you're just talking about, that you put out, but, you know, there wasn't many people talking about that stuff, man, 10 years ago. And those that had an idea or understood it would actually use it against you. They wouldn't give you the right information. They give you the wrong info. And so, no, I agree with you in the higher being. And I do agree with you that we're all where we need to be at the time that we're at, period. It's a journey, man. Just enjoy the ride.
Facts.
Otherwise, if you're not enjoying the ride, when you get old, you're going to be there sitting somewhere talking about, oh, when I was 40 or 30 or 20, I should have done this, done that. No, man, enjoy the ride. But at the same time, you know, learning, breeding is about possibilities and about probabilities, because you're dealing with genetics. No one will ever know the entirety of genetics. It is impossible. Okay. However, the more you know, the more you're able to stack the odds in your favor. That's what this is about, man.
Facts.
And and, you know, telling the next guy, hey, man, look, I'm going to be straight up with you. Your dog is very light boned. putting that dog into that super heavy boned up dog, you're gonna have some dogs, man. They're gonna look like rhinoceroses up top and giraffes at the very bottom, bro. So you need a middle dog. You know, giving somebody that type of information is not gonna make you win or lose, man.
Facts.
Why not pass it on? Let's improve this breed. At the end of the day, I know deep down inside we all love this breed, man, because
Facts.
these dogs and their personality that comes with it is to die for, man. It's like having children. All my dogs are my children, bro. They talk to me with their eyes. They can look straight into my soul.
Facts.
And, you know, I can tell you, I have had other breeds before the American Bully. I have never had anything like an American Bully. And for me, the American Bully is the top breed.
Right.
That's just me, you know. Trent says 15 people, only 5 likes. Let's make it make sense to tell the inside info the OG won't tell. Yeah, man. Give some likes, man. Give some shares.
Please.
You got to realize, guys, what motivates the creator, right, is seeing their numbers being pushed out, guys. If you're here and you're liking the info and if you're viewing, bro, it takes nothing but a second to go in and hit the like button, hit the share and comment. If you don't do that, you know, one day you never know. Aldwin over here may lose his motivation because as a creator, you need to be able to see that and be motivated.
That's happened already. I lost my motivation, but it was personal things I was going through. My wife needed a liver transplant. She got one, you know.
Okay, God bless.
And you know, it was just personal things I was going through, and I just shut down. But I would never stop this. You hear what I'm saying, Raul?
Yeah.
I don't listen. I would let myself down. I don't care if I get 1 like on this video. I'm gonna keep pushing.
That's it.
Because I know what it takes to get the content up. I have to make more of those videos that you were talking about that I have to edit. That's gonna make the channel go further. I need to learn about editing and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Before I go further.
It's a process, man. That's why, you know, we alluded to earlier, man. God has you where he wants you right now. And
so I'm not actually doing it for the likes. I'm not doing it for the likes. I'm not doing it. I'm doing because I know people. I know I'm reaching a lot of people. I know I'm reaching a lot of people because I get when I was off, man, the love that people were reaching out. Am I all right? They're praying for me. Hundreds of people. And I was like, wow, I gotta, as soon as I move to my new place, we're going to do what we got to do. We're going to jump back on. We're going to do this. And I've been doing it maybe like a good 3 months, 4 months. I've been back on since, you know, my wife has been better. Good. You know, and we had a litter of puppies at that time and all of that, man.
You had a lot on your plate, man.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot on my plate. So I understand that you represent some products that I definitely want to know more about. I would definitely like for you to plug that in here so we can know what you have going on, so we can have the people invest in it so they can have better care for their dogs as well.
Let me see if I can pull it up, man, and put it up on pull it up on my screen.
Sure.
And
if
then
you can't,
you
could just send it to. If you can't, you could just send it to my my inbox, and I can share it as well.
All right, let me see if I can bring it up.
Y'all like, subscribe, and y'all share, man. This video, man. Like he said before, and like I say all the time, it's free. It doesn't cost a dime to do it, man. And we're taking time. I got off work a long. Y'all understand what a transporter does, man? It's hard work, man.
Oh yeah.
So here we go.
So yeah, over here, what you're seeing is a Regal Choice. If you have a dog that has separation anxiety or anything of that nature, even if you have a dog, unfortunately, that's dealing with cancer. I have a dog right now, my girl Azu. She's dealing with cancer.
I'm sorry to hear about that. Hope
I suggest, yeah, man. It's been the first time I've had to deal with a dog with cancer, but again, I'm going to share my journey as well. I recommend you guys to go over to Regal Choice and check out their tinctures, their pet tinctures. What it is it's got CBD, 100% organic. You'd be surprised what it does with dogs and their anxieties. So if you have a dog that throws up in your car every time you drive around or whatever, you give them a little bit of this, and you're going to notice they're not going to throw up. They're just going to be nice and chill. Also, I've heard a lot of people that put dogs in the show ring. Sometimes I always recommend run the dog if it's too amped up. But sometimes even doing that, instead of toning them down, it amps them up a little bit more. You might want to try out CBD tinctures. Now, mind you, this particular company right here, if you punch in the code QBNK911, you're going to get an additional discount. Also, they're able to ship to all 50 states. As you can see on there, they don't only offer pet tinctures. They offer tinctures for humans, nootropics, which is mushrooms. They also have edibles and smokables. So if you're interested in any one of those products, definitely stop by Regal Choice. Make sure to put in QBNK 911 and get yourself a discount.
I just put it into the chat. QBNK 911 is a code for a discount. Yeah, man. Hey, man. I just honestly, man, I just want to thank you so much for your time, man. And for you jumping on, man. It's an honor to me to have you here, because like I said, without your platform, there would be no Bullish Kennels. For you allowing me just to be on your platform at that point meant so much to me, to the fact that I was like, man, that was the first time I was on your platform. That's the first time I ever heard of your platform. But I seen Danny Cervantes on there, and the information that y'all were giving, I was like, who's this? What is this beautiful unicorn that I see right here, right? Because there wasn't anybody given the information that you were in depth. You understand what I'm saying? Not just about dogs and the standard. I'm talking about the health. I'm talking about anxieties. I'm talking about everything that you could possibly think of to make yourself a better breeder and a better dog, man. And to make these better dogs have a more comfortable life and to have a more happier life. I was like, wow. So I backtracked and I started looking at all of your videos. So I understand when people say, bro, I looked at all of your videos. I understand. It surprises me, but just like you said, wow, because you got a lot of content. I went back and I started looking. Well, I started referencing the videos that I could relate with myself, and my dogs in my yard. And I just was so amazed that I said, yo, not that I can do this. No, I said, I wanted to have the same impact this man has had on me to other people. That was my motivation of starting No-Bullish Kennels. And now y'all know, I never told anybody until today. You are the main reason, and Danny Cervantes, but your platform was the main reason why I started mine. And like I said, man, I want to give you that thanks, man. I want to give you your roses, and I don't want to not do that, because I feel incomplete and I had to reach out to you. I just had so many things going on at the time that I didn't have time to settle my thoughts. But as soon as I sat down, I was like, hold up. Yo, this is the reason why I did this. Sometimes you have to just you sit back and, think. And that's what happened. I had time to have perspective on why I'm doing this and why this channel exists. And
Sure.
it, like I said, it was because of you and the information that you put forward. And again,
Wow,
just like other
that's
people in
amazing.
the comments, like your platform, like this gentleman, like Chuck Charles says, Raul has a nice platform for new and novice breeders. Might refresh the older breeders' mind also. And that's the impact that
Sure.
I also wanted to have as well. I want people to have a running start with this. I don't want, because um I started with a dog named Siren, and she came
Okay.
from an exotic standard breeding, but she was
Uh-huh.
the normal dog out of all of them. It's not normal, that's a wrong
Right.
word, but I would say the one that met the standard more than the rest of the dogs in the
Yes.
litter. And when I hit the show ring, I had people behind me that
Mm.
gave me information to learn, or to taught me how to stack a dog up, how to practice, how to have a routine, how to diet these dogs, how to run these dogs. So
Yes.
when I got into the show ring, I was winning first places. People were like, "Who is that? Who is this dude and this female?" I was
Yeah.
busting people's behind that was close to, they needed one more first place win
Yeah.
to make their dogs champions. I was taking it from them. And
Yeah.
I kind of like that because I'm a competitor.
Right.
But at the same time, I want other people to feel what it feels like to be in the same position to win.
Yeah.
I want them to feel that as well. I don't want it on my own, because how much fun would that be, that conversation, if a person doesn't know how to do a certain thing or hasn't experienced that? How do you share
Yeah,
knowledge?
it's like having a basketball team and playing a visiting basketball team that doesn't know how to take a 3-point shot. How fair is the ball game? It's
It
not
is
fair
not
at all.
fair. Hey, but like I said, I want to thank you so much.
Yeah,
And
man.
I know you have to, you have work and everything, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. But do you have anything else to say to the community? Do you have anything else to say before we part ways,
Yeah,
sir?
man. Listen, doesn't matter where you're at in your journey, greet people, man. Always do right as best you can. And don't allow yourself to be pulled down to any type of drama or any type of negative situation, man. It is rather unfortunate in this community. It happens quite a bit. But honestly, if you could see through that, man, and always keep it positive and make your intentions pure every single time, sooner than later, man, you're going to win. No one can hold you down, man. Just keep at it.
Hey, man, thank you so much, man,
Thank you,
Raul.
man. I appreciate you bringing me on, man. Thank
Hey,
you.
man, I appreciate you having their platform and you actually taking time to be here. So we really appreciate that, sir.
You got it, man.
All
Thank
right,
you.
you have a wonderful night, man.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir. Man, again, man, sorry for the blurriness. I got to get a new camera. I'll have one by next month. He says, both of you, let's keep the bull talk going. I need you both. We're here for you. Hey, Trench, Kennels, Bullies, we're here for you, man. Tomorrow, you hear me? Tomorrow, we will have Eric Soto on the platform, 8:00. Okay, we will have, you see what I'm saying? Trench, ask and ye shall receive. We will have Eric Soto from Soto Bully Camp on here, and we're gonna be talking about his strive to greatness, because that's where he's at right now. Everybody think that they can take that baby cakes blood, that brim blood, that grim blood. They think they can take that blood and just straight up advance with it. No, sir. No, sir. We're going to show y'all why y'all need to create a foundation before you start adding these dogs onto your camp. All right. Now, like I say all the time, breeding is an art. It's an art, man. And everybody is not an artist, but we can teach people how to be artists by just putting up little information that we can to help people to draw these straight lines. And that's what this platform is for, is to help people draw those straight lines. So for everybody, man, like I said, for everybody that jumps on here, man, that gives us love, man, that's here every chance they get, man, when I jump on, man, I appreciate y'all, okay? I appreciate y'all. I'm about to play one of my mixes, as I usually do.
You're in the mix with DJ Joey Duval on the ones and twos.
We like to show our appreciation all the time for anybody that jumps on here. Shout out to QBN Kennels. Go check out his page. We appreciate him. We appreciate that knowledge. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love these dogs, man. Like I said, tomorrow, 8 p.m. So Bully Camp. Busy man. I think this might be the first interview. Next month. I got you, Top. I put it in the chat. You can reach me that way on Facebook. You also can reach me by No-Bullish. Let me show you on my Instagram. Let me see what it is. DJ Joey Duval, No-Bullish Kennels. You can hit me up on Instagram. So November 23rd. Let me plug this in. My boy Anthony Gray. My brother Anthony Gray. Let me find it. November 23rd. November 23rd, 2024. North Carolina, Major Line Kennels. I think it's in Lumberton. Let me make sure. It is in Lumberton, North Carolina. Go check it out. I will be the DJ and the MC for that show. And I'm trying to extend my reach so I can do this for more than one dog show. I think I might be at the Allentown show. I'm not sure for next year. Not sure. I haven't gotten for sure confirmation with Coop. But that is the talk right now, that I will be the MC and DJ for that Allentown show. But for a fact, I will definitely be at that Lumberton show, November 23rd. Y'all come check us out. I'm going to have the crowd hype. You always play the bangers. Don't stop, DJ. Work, love the mixes, trying to be there in North Cap. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come holla at me. Let's flick it up. Let's take some pictures. You know what I'm saying? Let's chop it up. Let's talk dogs. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk dogs. Let's do that, man. You know, and the more influence that I bring and a good job I will do. Trust me. It's because I know these dogs and I know the show world. And I traveled all over the country from 2015 to 2021. All right. For a good 6 years, knee deep, 10 toes down in the dog world, show world, not just the dog world, but the show world. Proven winner. Multiple best in breed and best in show sweeper. Okay. Not just winner, sweeper. I might bring them. And I'm depending on our transportation on what we drive out there. But if I might bring Shots and his pups out there that I showed on camera the other day. All right. I got a pocket. I don't want to say a pocket Shots fired because he also looks like Kodak Black, like his grandfather as well. But we have a nice representation of Shots fired that he said I seen Kill Shot. That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. Man, if you come out there, that'll be dope, man. I definitely love to chop it up with you and you know, and fellowship, man. But I'm definitely gonna do a really, really good job. I'm the man for your show. If you want to have somebody experience, please pass the word along to these show hosts. All right. If you want somebody that knows that the music is just the ambiance, right? And not the main thing, right? Trying to drown people out and scare people's dogs with music. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just ambiance, right? It's the ambiance. But if they want a dope MC that knows what's going on in and out of the show ring, I'm your man to hire. I'm your man to hire. And I'll work with you. I will work with you, you know. But y'all get while the get is good, because, you know, at some point, you know, yesterday's prices will not be today's prices. So y'all please get in where y'all fit in. Y'all stay blessed. We love you. Until tomorrow, 8 p.m. It might be 9 p.m. I have to definitely find out. But I think it's 8 o'clock. And I'll put the post up tomorrow morning. Eric Soto from the Soto Bully Camp gonna tell y'all how to do it from the ground up, how he used that blood to get the bulls that he got right now. And he's on a run. He is on a run. He's been on a run for a couple of years, man, with these dogs, man. I'm talking about best in show, best in breed. He's been on a run. Y'all stay blessed. I love y'all, my no bullshitters. I love y'all, man. Y'all be easy.